welcome to my channel, Cinder Allie Loves Disney. If it's your first time stopping by, hi, my name is Allie. What I thought I would do today is give an honest review of all three of the Cinderella cartoons. Now, I am really guilty in saying that I had not seen Cinderella 2 and 3 from beginning to end. I'd only seen bits and pieces of it because my girls would watch it every now and then, and I'd be busy doing something when they were watching it. So I just, in the last month and a half, watched the other two movies while I was actually out with an injury. So it at least enabled me the chance to watch all three movies. And I thought, well, gosh, me as a Cinderella fan, I have to be able to, one, be versed and know all of these movies, and two, I thought it would be really neat for everyone to hear an honest opinion from a huge Cinderella fan of what I thought of all three of the movies. So just quickly show, there's part 1, I have part 2, and part 3. So, of course, part 1, I can't say enough about it. I thought everything in there, since I was a little girl watching it, that this movie was just absolutely amazing. Just made me believe in true love, and the music was wonderful. The voices were perfect matches to the characters and the songs and everything. And so I could just go on and on about that one, but what I really want to get into are the other two films, because those two are the newest ones for me. So in Cinderella 2, what I thought was really interesting is that Cinderella actually kind of gets a bond and forms a relationship with her youngest stepsister, Anastasia. And what I also thought was interesting about this story is that it kind of is really similar to the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella story. And I also have that movie, and I went and saw the Broadway play or whatever, stage show, whatever you want to call it, and that was amazing, and I will link that video as well of what my reaction was to that. But I really thought that in this story it was kind of cool that they finally introduced them to sort of get a bond, or at least, you know, Anastasia's kind of breaking down, you know, not being so mean and kind of opening up her heart a little, even though she, you know, was trying to follow what her mother was trying to instill in her. She also was sort of finding true love with someone that her mother didn't want her to be with. And of course, Cinderella, just being the kind, beautiful soul that she is, wanted to help her stepsister. So I thought that was neat. But I will say the story a little bit at the beginning was a little kind of slow for me at first. It kind of took a little bit of time to just kind of get to the oomph of what the story was about. So that, I will say, was a little bit hard for me to get through at first. But another thing that I kind of struggled with, and that was a little bit difficult for me, was the difference in voices. I'm really a sucker for like sequels having the same actors and people in it. Now granted, I know that these movies were made 50 plus years after the first one, so unfortunately those actors may not even be with us anymore at the time that they had filmed these. So I get that. So I tried to accept the difference in the voice. And a couple times, like the Cinderella voice, I really couldn't tell the difference in some of the either speaking parts that she had or the singing parts. But I definitely could tell a difference. So that was one thing that I kind of had to get over and get past while I was watching the movie. Okay, and now for the last one, part 3. So this one, oh my goodness. Yeah, the stepmother getting a hold of the fairy godmother's wand, which actually one of the stepsisters got it first, and I can't remember right now which one of them it was that ended up taking it. It was probably Gisela. But yeah, so this one was really interesting. The stepmother, man, she's an evil villain. So of course she does the whole thing where she reverses the entire love story of Cinderella and the prince ever getting married, and that makes this slipper fit on Anastasia's foot because she wants Anastasia to marry well. Well, yeah, this movie, I was like getting a range of emotions. I was like, you know, getting irritated and so angry and upset at the stepmother and yelling at the screen kind of thing. because it was so annoying. It's like you just want to get, it was just like watching a regular movie where you're just getting all into the story and you're like, oh gosh, why can't they just see it, or why can't they do it? So I thought this was a really good story too, toward the end. I didn't like the entire part where, you know, Cinderella was getting banished and kicked out of this, that, and the other, and the prince didn't remember her and that kind of thing. But I did like how it turned out in the end, as far as Anastasia actually having a conscience and realizing, you know, hey, I can't do this, you know, Cinderella deserves him, he's not in love with me, really the real person me. So I really thought that, you know, her finally having a conscience and coming out in the end, and then kind of bonding with Cinderella again, just kind of carrying on that bond from part 2 to part 3 was really, really great. So yes, so I am so happy that I finally got to watch all 3 of these movies, and I just really quickly wanted to film this, and I thought it would be really cool to just let you guys hear my honest opinions about all 3 of the movies, especially since I am such a huge Cinderella fan. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done so, please do take a moment to hit the subscribe button and stick around for my future content. Thank you so much for watching, and make it a Disney day.